How are we all doing? Well, today you join me on the River D here in North Wales, and what a beautiful river it is. Now I'm after a species, an ancient species today, the sea lamprey. We've got 3 species in the UK and the sea lamprey is the biggest. I haven't worked with it for many years, so I'm really excited. What I normally do in these videos is we go looking for species. It takes us a little bit of time. Oh, the sun's coming out. Oh God. And I haven't seen it all day. And we do a bit of preamble along the way. Not today, we're straight into the action. So just behind me, somewhere around there, is a sea lamprey red with 2 sea lamprey spawning on it. Before we do that, however, though, I want to talk a little bit about the other 2 species of lamprey that we have in the UK. I did want to do videos on them. I tried for Brook Lamprey, but there wasn't many this year, and the same for river lamprey. So let's find out a little bit about our lesser lamprey species.
Brook lamprey are the smallest and most common species of lamprey in the UK. They don't migrate to sea and aren't parasitic, instead filter feeding in the mud until they come out to spawn in March and April, making them the earliest lamprey to appear. They need plenty of silt to hide away in and clean gravels to spawn on. Like all lamprey, they need decent water quality to thrive. Brook lamprey are around 20 centimetres in length, so if you see anything bigger, it's likely the river lamprey, which get to around 40 centimetres. These lamprey spawn a little later, typically the end of April, so there is some overlap, and some people believe them to simply be a migratory form of brook lamprey, but that's not been proven yet. River lamprey are found in fewer rivers than brook lamprey, but can be locally abundant, with the ones being found in the Humber being commercially caught for food and pike fishing baits. They enter rivers in November and wait for the water to slow down before breeding. These lamprey move out to sea to feed when adults. Now back to today's target. As I mentioned, I was pretty lucky to find them straight away.
Now, no fishing rod today because lamprey wouldn't take a bait anyway. They are also protected species, so we're just using cameras, which suits me absolutely fine. And we're just wading out to the red very, very carefully because I don't want to end up in the river. And they are still there. They're right next to my camera. So I've got my camera fixed on the riverbed. Lamprey, actually, if you can find them, are probably one of the easiest fish to film. They just sit still. They don't go anywhere. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. You're a big one, aren't you? Right. I'll let you have a look.
Sea lamprey are the biggest species, getting to a whopping 80 centimetres and some individuals closer to 100 centimetres. They are the easiest lamprey to ID, with the large size and mottled yellow colour being unlike any other fish in the British Isles. Sea lamprey are born in the river and then head to sea to feed on large fish and marine mammals before heading back upstream some years later to breed. Lamprey have been around on Earth for over 300 million years, and so primitive, we are more closely related to salmon than it is. In the UK, sea lamprey are protected, but in the USA they're seen as an invasive and damaging species, targeting prized game fish. The Welsh D is a stronghold for these fish, and this part of the river was beautiful to film along. The banks were lined with trees and plenty of large rocks and gravel to create the perfect habitat for these fish. There were plenty of birds also, with dippers flying up and down the bank, resting on some of the rocks, and the odd goosander likely scoffing lamprey. Lamprey like to find a bit of fast water over gravels to spawn on, so that's what you need to look out for. Its Latin name means stone sucker, seeing to the fact they can move quite large rocks with its mouth alone. This is to create a depression in the gravel called a red where the female will release her eggs. The idea being the eggs get caught up in the stones and safe from predators. The male will gently kiss along her back and then wrap around her to encourage her to lay eggs up to 100,000 per female. You can sometimes get great balls of lamprey with multiple males competing for a mate, which is more common in the smaller lamprey species. All lamprey die after spawning, so timing is key. If you're a day or two late, you can miss all the action, so I was thrilled to have seen this primitive fish.
I should also give a shout out to Rich Cove who put me onto those lamprey. Species like this are so difficult to predict. They're only going to be here for a few days a year, particularly when I don't live anywhere near this. People on the ground are invaluable in finding these species. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Let me know what species of fish you think I should go after next. Do you think I should do more videos like this as well, where I just film the fish rather than fishing for them? Definitely have more success with a camera than I do a fishing rod. Don't forget to comment down below. Let me know what you think I should go after. Like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support the channel, liking the video and subscribing to the channel really helps me out. But you can also donate to my buymeacoffee.com link, and all the money from that goes back into making new films for the YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. You can check out some other videos in the links here. Also check out my website and social media, as well as the podcast that I host, the Bearded Tits Podcast. Cheers.